So, how's everybody doing?
Great. When was the last episode? Christmas?
Christmas.
So this is the first episode of 2020?
First episode of 2024. And Nathan's not behind a camera.
That's true.
Isaac gave me $20 to let him be on the podcast. So
Yeah.
Thanks, Isaac.
that's what I used to buy my snacks.
Yeah.
Isaac was the voice for the voiceless.
So when was the last one I was on? It was like 3 ago, 4 ago. It's been a long time, but I've had a son. Did I even announce that?
Was it the Saturday morning cartoons one? Our game night?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Yeah. That was when we were allowed to use the, okay. Then we got booted. We were given the stanky boot. Yeah, the last episode you're on was probably our game night one.
Okay.
But on the Christmas episode, I did play that video that you sent me.
Oh, yeah. I announced it. Cool.
So, how's that going?
Good.
That's a major life update, major life change.
Yeah. I have a son. His name's Leon Elijah.
Rawr.
Arr. Yeah.
Arr.
Arr. He was born like those kids in the mid 2000s. Roar like the dinosaurs. Yeah, that's his personality so far. He's
little
great.
X, big X, capital R, A, W, R.
Oh, yeah.
Big X, little X.
Yeah. The bangs to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was all of us. No, it's amazing, man. He's just the best. Like him and my daughter, I'm just so proud and happy. Like they're just, dude, I literally am just busting at the seams because they're amazing. They're the best.
That's good, man.
Thank you.
Nathan, you doing good?
Doing great. Actually, life update. What the heck?
Okay.
I'm officially part of Vital Staff.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah, I got hired here at my home church as an audio engineer. And I've been having a blast ever since. I think it's been 3 weeks now. And in those 3 weeks, 2 weeks were concerts. And that was a lot of work. But
it's been crazy
honestly, the work hasn't felt like work. The hours I've been putting in has felt like minutes. It's just gone by so fast. And it really is a dream come true. I'm so blessed to be in this position. And yeah, I'm super happy, as you can tell.
And you quit your other job?
I did quit my other job to be able to do this one. For now, I am part-time, but they mentioned they're trying to get me on full-time. But in the meantime, I'm going to be doing real estate school on the side in case that doesn't happen, just so I can have maybe something to fall back on. But it's looking like I'm going to be full-time pretty soon.
That's good, man. Well, being someone else who's on staff, is excited to have you here, and you're already changing the game, so we're excited.
Whoa.
Michael, how have you been? How's the new year treated you?
It's been all right, I guess. Just
right?
kind of here. I guess, everything's still with mom and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like personally, I just haven't really dealt with it. So I think that just bugs me every now and then. And other than that, I mean, work's all right. Tired of it. I actually have a job interview in San Antonio.
Wow. A job interview in San Antonio?
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's
What?
It's the every time it gets me, and then his voice
like
cracks
coming.
after.
Oh
my god!
Yeah, it's at the Toyota plant over there, like the where they build the cars.
Whoa, so you might leave us.
Yeah, but I'll be here every weekend.
That was a while back, though.
You're right. I did apply a while back, and they did call me. But when they did, I already had the job for this one, or the T-Mobile, and then also with my mom and everything.
Wait, you work at T-Mobile?
Yeah.
Dude, I need help with my phone.
Oh.
But you do more like
Colin.
You're like, I'm not clocked in right now, so
Nah, it's with the call center. Yeah, so I do customer service and stuff. So yeah, I can help you out, or the best I can, I guess.
I can't wait to yell at you later.
I actually don't get yelled at a lot, but because I think the way I talk, it's more like relax and chill and everything. So a lot of people I get good customers, I guess.
If you worked at Cricket, would you get yelled at more?
I don't know. Probably not. I have no idea.
I mean, you can't yell at someone whose voice cracks.
That's also true. It happens. Sometimes it's pretty bad. Like, I laugh at myself on the phone because it's that bad.
Oh, dude, tell that story you told me one time.
Which one?
That one. No, I'm just kidding. You said that your voice cracked or something like that, and the customer started laughing
Oh,
at you?
yeah. It was some chick.
Oh,
Dude.
My voice cracked, and yeah, it was really bad. And she kind of laughed. I kind of laughed. And like we kind of like giggled about it. And I was like, all right, anyways. And then continued. Which I do a lot. I do a lot. I noticed.
I wonder why. Did that just from like puberty to now?
Dude, I don't know. Like,
He hasn't gone through puberty yet.
I mean, you guys. have been
Full
around-
beard.
It's been going on for a long time, right?
Yeah.
I think ever since they met me. And I noticed my dad does that too.
Two?
Yeah.
Well, that's what you
So
What
it
about-
sounds like.
Chronic voice crack syndrome.
Yeah.
What about your son?
No, not yet.
It's
But I'm
coming.
pretty sure.
It's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang, he
The
knows
trend
his fate.
continues.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so I'll be actually going Tuesday night. So I'm gonna stay over there, and then Wednesday's the
Like if you get
the
it, or
interview?
did you get it?
interview.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's like an interview, but then they also have you do stuff. So they have you sit in front of like a little computer, and you have to like screw in some bolts, nuts, and like drill some stuff and whatnot.
free labor.
Just kind of
Practicing at home or what?
but I already did it before, so it's whatever. And then they have you like lift stuff, how far you can go, if you can stretch, make sure you're, mobile, you can do stuff.
That's big brain. They get 30 minutes worth of work from interviewees.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Actually
be like,
doing
sorry.
anything.
Yeah. It'd be like, am I
Go ahead and
mobile?
put- go ahead and
I
put-
work at T-Mobile.
Yo,
Go ahead and
bro,
put the engine in that car for me. Go ahead.
pick
How
up-
about you just go ahead and, we're going to take a break. We'll be
Mhm.
back and
Mm-hmm.
you didn't get the job.
We'll see how far you get by the time we get back. Like,
Yeah, it's like they say 4.5 hours, more or less how long it takes. So it's long.
We'll believe you're going to get it, bro.
I mean, yeah, I think it'll be pretty good. Pretty cool.
Toyota?
Mhm.
Okay.
So you're going to hook us up with cars?
I think they do give a discount.
Mm.
you dog.
I wonder if you can go to Japan. I bet you'd like that.
I would love it. Actually, I plan on going next year.
Really?
Yeah.
If you work there, maybe you could make it a business trip and get the flights paid for or something.
True.
So you're going to give me a Supra?
I don't know about that.
Wow.
That would be nice. But yeah, other than that, I mean, Matthew's good. He's going to school. He's doing jiu-jitsu.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, so he loves that. He does his moves on me and stuff. So that's fun. But yeah, other than that, everything else is okay, good, just there.
Nice.
I told
John?
myself this year that I was gonna devote a little bit more time into like my freelance and stuff, just making time to make extra money,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's actually picked up since like late last year. Things have been picking up, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
So that's cool. Kind of touching on what Michael said about my mother-in-law passing away and how like we're still kind of dealing. I don't feel like it's ever going to be normal. Like it's always going to be there. Something that we
Yeah.
deal with. But I know, like, is COVID even a thing anymore? Because Michelle got COVID the other day, and I was like, "What the heck?" Like, but anyway,
That was so 2020, honey.
yeah. She wasn't
You
feeling
sounded
good.
just like her. It's crazy.
I've been practicing my Michelle.
She wasn't feeling good. Like just all around, like just she was achy. She had a fever. Just like she just was going through it, and so I was, taking care of her. She slept in the other room. I was like taking meds, all kinds of stuff to her. Had to go buy masks again, which was weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, it was like definitely like nostalgia, like in the worst sense. It was yeah, but it was really hard to hear her say stuff like, I usually call my mom to help me with stuff like this, and she can't do that. So like knowing that neither of us could do that was like hard to swallow. Again, like what Michael said, like it comes and goes in waves and stuff. But it's what I've been enjoying, and I know that my mother-in-law would be enjoying it too, is like how we've all been kind of coming together a lot more. and just being more involved in each other's lives. Like before, it used to just be like, that's your thing and this is our thing. But when we're all in the house, like we're all together. Like it's, but I feel like we're kind of asking questions that maybe we normally wouldn't ask, but because we want to make sure that each of us are okay. And we kind of feel like with my mother-in-law passing, that it kind of opened up that door for us to kind of just be more vulnerable with each other. And especially the siblings. I know for me, like I don't have a problem being vulnerable with like anybody, but I know like the siblings, like the Morales kids, they're more like to each their own. They'd rather just deal with it in their own way. And I mean, if that's how they want to deal with it, I mean, that's how they can deal with it. But I just noticed how we as a unit are being a little bit more assertive with like, but like, how are you doing though? Like how, you know, how do you feel about this? And this is what dad said, or this, you know. So we're just kind of trying to lean on each other more. And I feel like that's, if anything that's happened, like as a family that we've kind of experienced together as a whole from this experience, is that it's just gotten us to be a little bit closer. And I foresee it eventually us getting a lot closer, you know, leaning on each other more. But other than that, I mean, nothing really has changed. I think just kind of like what I was saying about my like my freelance, I think being a little bit more vocal with people, like what I would prefer them to pay me. That's always kind of a weird conversation to have with people.
Yeah,
like, hey, can you give me this much? When it's people that I know, I usually ask like, well, what's your budget? When it's people that I know. But if it's like a school or it's like a, you know, like I'm not going to ask you like, bro, you like you have money. Like I know you do. So I'm trying to be more like assertive in the sense that like, hey, even though it's awkward, like this is, at the end of the day, this is for my family. And like, I need to just ask those kind of tough questions and stuff. True. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's definitely stretching me. I'm not used to it. It causes some discomfort. And then there is people that are just good for it. Like I know when they ask me to do something, they'll pay me more than what I would have charged them.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I always make sure to let them know like, hey man, like I appreciate you like sewing back into me just the way I, you know. And this is obviously people that I've built relationships with, like that I've helped with projects over time that didn't involve money. And it was like for me to get some exposure and for them to get the help they need. And it's like, bro, like I recommend you to all my friends for this or for that. And like, I'll get inquiries and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. But for those same people to be like now paying me like what I wouldn't ask them to pay me is like, it feels really good. Like knowing that I can make like decent money, like on the side, for it being on the side, decent money, like outside of my main source of income. That always feels like, you know, obviously feels good. So
that's awesome.
Other than that, I mean, that's it. That's all that's been going on with me. Definitely miss doing this. I know we'd want to try to lock this in more in terms of like a date, because I know Isaac's available once a month. Understandably, I mean, we totally get it. So we want to.
That's my time. See you guys.
See. But yeah, I'm super excited to be here. I know like it's sometimes a hassle to get everything kind of connected and get everything going, but like once I'm here and I see you guys, I'm like, I'm good. Like this is such a fun time.
Yeah.
I had a question that I wanted to ask you, but I wanted to start off by answering that question with a story.
I'm confused, but go.
I have a question that I want to ask you, but I want to answer the question that I'm going to ask you myself. I want to answer it with a story.
Okay.
So, have you guys ever did something knowing that it was like not a good idea and there's probably going to be like serious consequences, but it was just a curiosity that was like, I just have to try. I just have to do it. Like, I just want to see. Here's my story. Matt had just gifted me a BB gun and I had so much fun. Me and Matt used to tie string around the tops of the 2-liter bottles of soda, and we used to fill it up with water and food coloring or whatever, and then we would hang up the empty bottles, but were now filled with food coloring and water. We would hang them up by the bottle cap with a string on the tree, and we would shoot at it, and it would poke holes, and it would just start squirting out the water, and we would just shoot at them, like take turns, right? And like I was like, this is the coolest thing, right? So anytime someone came over, it was a friend, a cousin, whatever, I'm like, dude, we gotta bust out the BB gun, bro. You know, like, yeah. Well, one time I was like, what better place to shoot a BB gun than at the church? Because at my dad's church, there's a huge field in the back. So I'm like, this is the perfect place. Like, no one's gonna like, because you do it at the house, and the neighbors are like, hey, like, y'all need to be careful, and then they call the cops. It's happened a couple times to me. So I'm like, back there, nobody can see back there. We're laying down on the grass, shooting cans of Dr. Pepper or whatever. Michael's like, oh hell no. Well, my dad, and Dad, if you're hearing this, I'm so sorry, because I still to this day don't think he knows this.
Yikes.
I don't think he knows about this. But there was, do you remember the old blue church vans that we used to have?
Blue church vans.
Blue church vans. They were like dusty,
yes.
old. Okay. Well, for a while they were parked by the
Memory
shed.
unlocked.
For a while they were parked by the shed in the back of the church. And we had two, I believe. One of them broke down, so my dad kept hung on to one, and then eventually they got rid of it or whatever. I remember asking my dad, hey, I noticed that the van's back there. Like, what are you going to do with it? And this is like teenage John. This isn't like business, like, trying to like cut a deal or whatever. I was just like, I was just literally just out of curiosity. This was before the BB gun, like just asking. And my dad's like, I think we were going to try to sell it, but I don't think we can get anything for it. So I think we're just going to like have someone tow it or whatever. So in my mind, knowing that months ago or weeks ago, however long it was, I'm thinking this thing is garbage. Like, if I shoot at it, what's gonna happen? Like, God. Nothing's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
So there I am. I'm laying on the floor. I lay down this tarp, and I don't know if I was with Ryan or with Gonzo. I'm not sure, but we're laying down this tarp, and we're like, all right. So what are you? I was like, I'm aiming for the window right there. Those two windows. Let's start shooting.
Oh, jeez.
So we just see the back of the van, and I'm laying on the floor, right, and we're taking turns, and I'm just knocking it down, right. And it's leaving like little like holes in the glass, in the window, and the window's like cracking, right? And I'm like, dude, this is so cool. Like, so we just keep shooting and shooting and shooting, right? And like we eventually like bust one of the windows. I'm thinking like, who cares? This thing's junk. They're gonna come pick it up, whatever.
Oh,
dude,
man.
A few days after that, I think my dad was going to the shed for something to like use a tool or something in there. And I guess he looks at the van, and he noticed that the van had been shot at, some of the glass had been broken. So I remember at the dinner table that night, he's like, yeah, we were this close to locking down an offer. Someone wanted to come by and look at the van, and I went by to go inspect it after I went to the shed. And he's like, and all the glass and stuff was broken. There was little holes and all this stuff. And he was like, I don't know what happened or whatever. And I'm just sitting there, and my face turned red, and I'm just there like eating my food. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm dead. I'm so dead. And I still to this day, I've never fessed up to it.
Oh,
I've
my
never
gosh.
told him. So I don't even know what happened to that van. I doubt anybody bought it. So has that ever happened to y'all?
Yes.
Where you're like, I need to see it. I really shouldn't do this, but I have to see. Like, I have to do it.
Should we go in a circle, or do I just go?
Whatever.
Just go.
I don't know if I have one. So
Okay, so I'll go. So, of course, all our crazy stories happened at Mid Valley Assembly.
True.
So there was one day that me and Tommy had gone to the church to replace light bulbs that were. We had gone to replace light bulbs that were out. They were like the fluorescent lights, so it was like 5 or 6 bulbs in a row, long rods, and it was always like 1 or 2 rods in each that was broken. So, we go on the scissor lift, 30 feet up, and we get the bulb. We put in a new one, and we bring the old ones down, right? Well, instead of throwing the bulbs away like a normal like human would, I don't know why. Again, there's just going back to John's question. You just don't know why. I just had this urge to have Tommy take a swing at my back with one of the rods of glass. So again, it's probably gonna hurt. You're probably gonna get cut. But I just, for some reason, I was like, I just have to experience this. I have to do it. So, and of course, Tommy's like, yeah, let's do it, right? Like, so we go back there, and we go to the back, and this was during office hours, so I don't even think Pastor was there. I know Susie was there for sure because I'll get to a detail in a second, but I think it was just me, Tommy, and Susie there during this time. So me and Tommy go to the back, and sure enough, he takes one and he just swings at my back and it shatters and all this stuff, right? Well, I was wearing like a super light blue shirt. Back in the day, we had an L24 shirt.
Oh, dang.
Super iconic.
Yo.
L24 Mike.
Yeah.
And it was light blue. And dude, like instantly blood is like stained on the back
Jeez.
on the shirt. And this is where we're like no duh, like what, like of course you're gonna bleed, like and you should have thought of like how we're gonna hide it or whatever, right? Or why we're even doing this. So I asked Tommy to run inside and find something to just kind of put on my back, and he found a towel. So like I walk back inside and we have the towel over my back, and I think we just tell Susie like, "Hey Susie, like we're gonna get going real quick, or we're gonna just go grab a bite to eat or something, just so I can go home and like
Bleed it out.
that or like change or something."
Pause or something.
And I just remember like having to hide it and stuff, but like I remember like that was pretty cool. Like I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, just I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind when it's like, something's dumb, like you can get hurt, but I just wanted to do it and I did it, and it was pretty cool.
How do you not have
That's
a story?
cool. I do have some, but I was trying to think of some that are that good. But there was this one time that I was in UTRGV now, but in the Brownsville campus. But there's this huge building, like it's the theater arts building, and we're on the top, right? Or somehow we end up like getting onto the roof. And me and my friends, whatever, my roommates, in fact, we lived together, and we just got up there. I don't even know why we did this. And we were just like, you know what? Let's run on the edge of the roof. Literally. Like on this tall building, like you fall, you die type situation, right? And so I'm like, let's do it or whatever. And I get up there and I'm on the very edge, and there's like a pillar, like kind of this stuff that's like waist high so that you don't fall off. We'd get on top of that.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like running, all this stuff. And I'm running there on the edge, like on the edge of this building. And my friend, for some dumb reason, puts his body in front of me, like to trip me. Or to see what I was going to do. He's like, or whatever. And then I jump over his body, like in the air. And then I land and I keep running on the side of the building. I'm like, yeah. So I literally could have and should have died that day. So,
but it
that's
made
mine.
It made it epic story.
Yeah, but
See?
to be honest, I forgot about it right now until I was like, ding, 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 ding. What is it? Winnie the Pooh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ding, ding.
I thought you were talking about Jimmy Neutron. He's like, ding,
Oh, yeah.
ding,
Ding.
dang, Jimmy Neutron's a lot cooler than Winnie the Pooh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you went with the better one. Definitely has a bigger head.
True.
Jimmy
What about you,
Neutron,
Mike?
top 5 Nickelodeon cartoon.
Yeah.
The only thing I can really think of is when I was like probably like 8 to 10. I remember riding my bike and I was going really fast, and I remember my tooth was kind of loose, so I wanted to get it out. And so I was riding the bike, and there's a fence right there. I figured, what if I hit it hard enough, my tooth will fall out. So I go full speed into it.
Oh my god!
My tooth did not fall out. I was laying on the floor like, oh, that sucked. I was in pain. But I just wanted to do it. I mean, I had to see if it would.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so don't do that.
Did you end up graduating from school?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
Did you ever get that tooth out?
I'm pretty sure after that, I don't remember.
Just naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how they put those silver teeth like on your teeth?
Oh, yeah.
I remember I got so annoyed because the texture was different on my mouth that I just kept twisting it till it came out.
Yo,
Dang.
what?
It was loose.
Aren't
It was-
they on the top of your other teeth?
No, it was like that. Well, yes.
Yeah, it's a cap.
Yeah, but it was like on the side.
Uh-huh.
And I was like in elementary school, and I could feel like the little like in my mouth when I moved my tongue by it, and it was loose. And I was like, dude, this is so annoying. So I just started twisting it, and I just took it out, and then I realized what I did, and I was like, like I freaked out. I freaked myself out.
Man, I had those teeth. I was that kid,
You're a silver tooth kid.
silver tooth kid. Some
You
of
have
the worst
pictures of
years
that?
of my
What are
life.
they? What
No.
are they for?
Some of the worst years of my life.
You get silver teeth and you become a monster. I don't know how else to explain it.
I think it's. I think it's stuff with like cavities and stuff, so your teeth won't get like as bad or any worse.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I'm just glad I never. I think I only got one, and I took it out. I just remember like twisting it, and I was like, "This hurts." And I was like, "I either need to just yank it out or just leave it alone." So I tried leaving it alone. And it didn't sit right anymore where it was, so I just went and then I just pulled it out.
Dang, so even as a kid, you were like super into details, because like I guarantee you, like most silver teeth kids, toothed kids,
That sounds right. Toothed.
right kids.
Shove down, please.
What's it, the one from The Office where they're trying to get the word?
Oh.
He says, he's like, and no one headed of my instructions. Heed.
Heated.
Heeded.
Heated.
Take heed
Head.
of.
Heated.
No one.
Oh,
I don't see anyone
Heated.
heeding this right now. Yeah, I think the older that I'm getting, the more I'm realizing how, like, how much OCD I actually have. Like, if something's like not squared or something's not like in place, like it really bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you should see me and Mike, because I think Mike's kind of like that too, in a certain way. Like whenever me and Mike are setting up stuff, we're like wrapping cables because we just want everything like just all over the place. But like if you look at my desk, like everything has its like little spot, and if it doesn't, like it bothers me. Another thing too is like when I get up in the morning, I literally like after I silence my alarms, and then I get up for the day, I don't get on Facebook and Instagram to check my notifications or to check. I literally click on it, go to the notifications bar, so the little icon that tells me, hey, you got a new notification on your phone goes away. Because it bothers me if I have, like if I, like this bothers me.
You have two texts there.
So like I'll go to Instagram and I'll just see like, well, what was it that, so that way when I close it, it goes away.
Yeah.
All the people that send me stuff, they're like, all right, that's no wonder.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I'm a slob, man. Like I often have stuff everywhere, all kinds of unread texts, emails, wires laying around. It's a problem.
Emails for sure. I just leave them.
Mhm.
Can I have one of your oatmeal cream pies?
Yes.
I think I'm more like John, where I like the clean notifications.
Thank you.
But I will say these last 2 weeks I haven't, and it's gotten out of hand, and I'm kind of just giving up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my notifications.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think text messages right now, I'm like, it says like I have like 150 or something. I'm just like, there's just no way I'm gonna
Wow.
One
There's
time
no-
That's a
Michelle was
lot.
like, do me a favor, can you message so and so for me, whatever. I open up her phone. She has a bunch of little like folders on the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them have like over 100 notifications.
go.
I look at her phone calls. It's like 47 phone call, like either voicemails or whatever. And I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, I'll just text them from my phone. Like, I can't do
Yeah.
this.
I think the other day when we were carpooling, you noticed my phone went, and you're like, dang, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
different.
right
like,
now
people
I
are
have-
super
Gonna-
busy.
Yeah, I'm just
I
gonna
have
reset my phone.
77 texts unread, but it gets me in trouble. Gets me in trouble, man.
I have 145.
Jeez.
I say we close out the episode, but with us, like, talking about what we want to try to do more this year, like as a podcast.
Okay. So what do we want to do for this year in regards to the podcast?
Definitely, I feel like focusing more on maybe doing some more like due diligence in terms of like what people want to hear. People want to like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some heavy hitting topics that people really tune into is like the relationships one. The conspiracy theories one is always good.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of finding our pocket and giving people what they want to hear. Like, and I think it's a win-win for us because we enjoyed being here with each other and talking about whatever. They want to hear about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like me personally, I'm getting to the point because I'm the one who's editing a lot of the stuff. I'm like, when we were doing just audio, it didn't bother me because I'm like, if people hear it, they hear it. If they don't, they don't. But now it's like I'm putting a lot more effort into editing, and so it's like, well, let's do something that people want to hear.
Yeah,
you know
people. Yeah, they want like we want them to enjoy their experience.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the OGs who have been with us since the beginning. That it doesn't matter what we put, like they're gonna want to listen because they're awesome like that. But it's like, why not give people what they want and also like do stuff that makes sense for our context. So I think if you guys find the camera in front of you and just point at it. Yes, I was like, there's one up there. Take this as an opportunity to write in either to our email or comment on our post.
We have an email.
How do you log into everything?
That's true.
That was like a super like.
What do you mean?
answer.
How do I log into what? I didn't log into anything.
Social
like
media,
YouTube,
like to
social
create an
media.
account, you oftentimes need an email.
Oh.
So anyway,
Yeah, I'm gonna yell at you later, T-Mobile.
yeah. Our email for our podcast is the Grown Up Kids podcast@gmail.com. Or if you want to just direct message us to our account and just send us some like topic ideas. We want to cater more towards what you guys want to hear.
Yeah.
We don't want you guys to like sit and watch and be like, the last 15 minutes is super funny, but everything else is like, you know what I mean? Like we want to appeal to everybody, and we want to kind of give content that you guys want to hear. So if you've never commented before, if you've never direct messaged us before, if you never emailed us before, and you're just kind of like waiting for something, like this is your opportunity, do it. We want to start off this year with a bang. So we did an episode quickly. We want to get something quick out there and also use this as an opportunity to let you guys know that we want your feedback. We want to make stuff that you guys enjoy hearing and want to keep hearing. It's the month of February. We might do another episode. Maybe not everybody will be here, but we might do something on relationships or something like that. I know that that's always something that people are interested in. And
what we talked about.
We should have our yeah. We should have like, I don't know, just like the female version of our podcast or something.
We've done that before. I feel like it didn't hit as well, but it could have been the way.
Yeah, I know.
It could have been.
So, as this coming out, I was like, so we'll get you guys dates and they'll be on the podcast.
I feel like we've tried, and I think we can try to do it again. I think it was maybe the way we marketed it that it didn't hit very well. It
With
was
video,
like the girls
it'll
are
go
taking
hard.
over. Boom, we posted a graphic and then an episode, but it was like didn't even give them any context. So people were kind of like, "What is this?" You know what I mean? Kind of feel like that's the way it was.
Okay.
So make
Female
sure that you
media.
guys email us, direct message us, comment on our post about this episode. We're gonna post this obviously soon, and just let us know what you guys want to hear. Also, one last plug. All of our merch is still $5. Our stickers, I believe, was it $3 or $2?
I think you did $2.
$2. I think I only have like 1 or 2 stickers left, so those like went off pretty quickly. If you're interested in shirts, guys, we're just trying to get rid of them because they're sitting in my garage and they need to go.
I want one.
What sizes do you have?
I have. Well, that's the thing. I have 4 different shirts, and they're all different sizes. So I have the very first shirts that we ever made, and then I have the shirts that we made for Mom, and then I have the best friend shirt, and I think I have another one, if I'm not mistaken. No, maybe it's just 3. Yeah, it's just 3. So direct message us if you're interested in a shirt. $5 is super cheap. I mean, we paid a lot of money for those shirts, and we're right now we're not trying to make money. This podcast has never been about money for us, so help us get all those shirts out because we want to put out a shirt that you guys want to wear and that you guys are wanting to buy. So thank you guys for listening. We know this was a short episode. We didn't want to take too much of your time. We just wanted to say hey and that the boys are back in town. Hope you guys had a great start to your year. If it's not great, I hope it gets better. Isaac, why don't you pray?
A shout out budget.
I like his face. He was like he was ready. We'll see you guys soon on another episode of the Grown Up Kids Podcast. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And also let us know if you want to come in and be a part of the podcast live in the studio. Or phone in guest too.
Yeah. For sure.
You're
Cue all the people who have wanted to come on and we're like, nah.
Wow.
also you got no.
See you guys.
Later.